Sure. I'm Christine Sullivan. I'm the chairperson of the Pembroke Arts Festival. This is the 52nd year, and I took over for the 50th. So this is my third year as the chairperson.
Can you tell us a little bit about how it's evolved and changed over the past 3 years?
Well, so the Arts Festival is constantly changing. We're always trying something new. This is our second year that we're doing the Battle of the Bands. And this band behind us was actually the second place winner last year. I believe it's the Heavy Souls. Yeah. So we have another battle tonight from 6 to 8. It's 3 bands. They're all teenagers. And there's prizes. The first place is $500, then $250, and then I think it's $150. So we don't typically have this kind of music. We usually have more old school music, but it's kind of fun to mix it up, so we're changing in that way. It used to be old school kind of concerts too, so instead the battle makes it a little fresher, and we get a bigger audience because they bring their own audiences with them. So,
how many different bands usually compete?
well, this is only our second year, so this year we only have 3. We like 5. We had 5 last year. So we're not sure why it was just 3, but 3 is enough to compete since we have 3 prizes. Yeah. So we'd like to have even more bands apply in the future.
And you're a Pembroke resident?
I am a Pembroke resident. I've lived here, I think, 36 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about something that to do in Pembroke that people aren't really aware of or should get more attention.
Well, I think the arts is very big in Pembroke. I think the festival makes people want to do art, and the children's show that's another thing we've changed a lot is the children's exhibit. We've really ramped it up. 3 years ago, we started doing a young awards ceremony with a red carpet, and it was packed last night. So the kids get awards, they get gift cards for second and third, that sort of thing. Best in Show is sponsored, and the Best in Show got $100. So, and that's on display, clearly marked inside the tent. And then some of the kids have gone on to become art majors, and we have an visual arts scholarship we've had forever, but we started doing a performing arts scholarship a few years ago, and we just ramped that up to $1,000 last year and this year, so they're $2,000 scholarships. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the girl that won the performing arts this year is going to be playing the trumpet tomorrow at 3 to 3:15. The girl that won the visual arts is in the tent right now. She has a whole, she's being an artist in action, demonstrating. She's painting sneakers right now.
Do you happen to remember her name?
Lara Federspiel. And I remember her name because she's won Best in Show for the young artist twice. Once when she was in maybe 4th grade, and then she won our scholarship. And the girl that won our scholarship last year, Grace Monty, was an artist in action, and she entered the adult show this year and won the Veterans Memorial Award in the inside the gym with the juried show. And she's got the scholarship. She's doing really well in school. Yes, we're surrounded by art societies. We only have this one weekend, but we start planning in January. But there's an art society in Plymouth, Marshfield, Duxbury, what's the other one? Situate, and there's a lot of art societies around. So I think this is a huge area for arts, and this just makes it more vibrant. Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to do in Pembroke?
This is definitely one of my favorite things to do in Pembroke. I love Pembroke because it's halfway between Boston and the Cape. So I can go 15 minutes and walk over the Duxbury Bridge. I can, if it's not in the rush hour, I can drive into Boston in half an hour, and I can go over the bridge to the Cape. It's just a perfect spot to be in, I think.
Hi, what is your name and why are you here today?
Maureen Leary for the Pembroke Arts Festival.
And what are you doing here?
We are doing the street arts for New England villagers to see how well they do.
And how do you think they've done so far?
They did a fabulous job.
What kind of things can you see when you walk around this festival today?
Some really good art, jewelry, really great birdhouses, and lots of great music.
That's right. And the music, and there's dancers.
Yes.
Now, do you live in Pembroke?
Yes, I do.
And what do you think about Pembroke?
It's a wonderful town to live in, and I'm so happy to be lived by people I love.
Oh, that's wonderful. And they love you, I'm sure.
Yes.
And do you have any words for anybody who hasn't been down here yet? Why should they come down to the Arts Festival?
The reason to come to the Arts Festival is to have fun, enjoy the community, and have fun with people that you love.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. You're right in the middle and you're in the end. Awesome. And you're going to look right here. Yep. Okay. Oh, you look beautiful.
Hi guys! You want to say hi? Can you tell me your names?
Sa,
What's your name again?
Alyssa, Brianna, Abby.
And you?
I'm Jared.
Hi Jared.
Katie. I'm Abby.
Okay, I'm going to guess that you guys are performing. Maybe not you? You are performing? Okay, so can you tell me what you guys are going to be performing today? Anyone?
I forgot.
Me too.
What was it?
What are you performing today?
Oh, we're dancing today. Yes.
A bunch of different songs.
Yeah.
Many different. Yeah. We have tap, jazz, lyrical, yeah,
Some ballet.
some ballet.
Yeah.
Yes.
All different ages,
Yeah.
obviously.
All different ages. Are you all from the same school?
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to the school?
Sure. Pembroke School of Performing Arts. It's right in Pembroke, so yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take the mic and tell us a little bit about why you're all here today?
It's a tradition.
I don't know. We come every year and do a bunch of different dances. And yeah, I don't know. It's the dances that we perform in our recital every year and some of the competition dances too.
Great. And you're
Yeah.
all from Pembroke?
No.
No, we're from all like surrounding towns. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. But you come and visit Pembroke a lot, right? Yeah, yeah. And what's your favorite thing to do in Pembroke?
Dance.
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely by far dance.
The little ones. And how long have you girls been dancing? How long? Do you know? 1 year, 2 years? Anybody? Remember how many years you've been dancing?
No.
You don't know? Is this the first time that you performed here in front of a live audience?
Yes.
The first time, you're not sure?
Not in,
You guys did
not
recital, right?
outside, only inside.
Oh, mostly you performed inside during recitals, right? Yes. Right. And do you like performing in front of people?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You like performing and your dolly likes it too. Thank you, ladies, and thank you, Pembroke School of Performing Arts. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, my name is Mike Calby. I live here in Pembroke, and I've been here on and off since about 1969. I did move away for a couple years, but I built my first house here in 1974. And except for 2 years, I've been here ever since. What do I like about Pembroke? I know was one of the questions that was asked. Well, I'm going to echo what Chris said, our co-chair on the Arts Festival. And I like it because it's close enough to the ocean, it's close enough to the Cape, it's close enough to the city. It's also close enough to New Hampshire or New York for a weekend as well. So you can have the lakes, the ocean, the Cape, kind of everything, okay? And you know, one of the things that we've tried to do here in town, I mean, our children grew up here and participated in sports and music and theater and pretty much everything. But my wife and I do own a business in town, Pembroke School of Performing Arts, and we try to bring more culture and more of the performing arts to the area, not just Pembroke, but the surrounding communities on the South Shore. And I feel we're having a good success with that. I mean, we bring in teachers from all over the globe to help. You know, we run, I'm not trying to advertise the studio, okay, but but I think we do something no one else does. We bring in, famous people in the theater and dance field, and we have master classes every few months, But I mean, to try and bring some of that down here, so you don't have to go to New York or to Boston or to LA or to Germany, or for example. The Arts Festival, again, we're trying to help promote that. So my wife, Kathleen, and I have been involved with the Arts Festival for 28 years now. When we first joined the committee, there was no entertainment on the weekend. We actually started that. Okay, I will qualify that. There was Kickapoo Medicine Theater, which was a group of adults that come up and did a little drama show at 12 o'clock. That was the only entertainment when we joined. So we actually assembled all the entertainment from the beginning. We used to get bands to volunteer, dancers to volunteer, and everybody initially volunteered their time, Friday night through Sunday afternoon. And fortunately, the last couple of years I've been transitioning my duties off to a younger generation, but we're still here all weekend. We still bring Kathleen's students, and we try to help in any way we can. I was co-chair on the committee for 2 years, and we've watched it evolve. There's a lot of good people here that work hard to make this happen. I wish more people would come take advantage of it. Maybe we need better press, better social media, but it's a wonderful weekend for everybody, for the kids, for the adults, and it doesn't really matter. It's just, it's a great thing, and we always need more volunteers. I got to do the plug, okay? And you don't have to volunteer a lot. 1 hour of stuffing envelopes for the whole year. Or put up a little sign in your store that the festival's coming. I mean, little things, they add up.
I've been entering the show since kindergarten just because it was a habit. Like, I always loved to draw, sketching on the sides of homework and everything. So I wanted to put it to use and enter some of my work.
And you won Best in Show?
2 years ago, I got Best in Show, and 3 years ago, I got Best in Show. But the Best in Show this year went to a really talented junior. Like, I was amazed at what she drew.
So, why do you think this is such a big event for people to know about?
I feel like Pembroke is very open about arts and music, and I haven't seen that in a lot of other towns. We have really great programs at the high school, and I think that really inspires a lot of the kids to enter here and grow really healthy habits with drawing and music.
So, are you a resident of Pembroke?
I am. Yep.
So what do you like so much about Pembroke as a town?
As a town, all of the people, definitely the community, all the people here, I'm painting some shoes inside of the tent, and they'll come up and talk to me about what I'm doing, where I plan on going to college, and it's just a very friendly town, and I couldn't ask for a better place to live.
Today I wanted to see my brother and his girlfriend. They're both loving art, and me too. I love doing art ever since kindergarten and first grade. And I always had at least a little bucket of supplies in my room.
What's your favorite kind of art to make?
My favorite kind of art is probably mixed media. I love using different materials and different papers to make a cool art piece.
And so, do you live in Pembroke?
Yes.
So what do you like most about Pembroke?
I like how I can ride my bike around easily and how they're putting in the sidewalks so it's easier.
What school do you go to?
I go to Bryanville.
What do you like so much about the art program here, Brian?
I like the art program because it's for basically all ages, and you can just put in any sort of artworks that you can do.
What would you say to anyone who's looking to go to the art festival?
I would tell them to come because it's really just fun to explore your creativity, and you can make basically anything that you want. You can make a painting, a drawing. It's really fun.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
My superpower would probably be telepathy.
Why?
I would like telepathy so I could, reach that top shelf with my mind.
Melissa, what grade are you you in?
I am going into 5th grade.
What school do you go to?
North Pembroke Elementary School.
And what brings you to the art festival today?
Well, I really love seeing all the people, and well, they're really different. And some people might do a flower, and some might people do the middle of nowhere. And it's really cool seeing those different things come together in the arts festival.
What's the favorite thing you've seen at the art festival today?
So far, my favorite thing is probably the music.
Music? What do you like so much about the music?
The music, well, there's that music, and if you also listen closely, you can also hear the jingling of the bells, which also make it nice.
Kind of a combination of the both.
Yeah.
So do you do art yourself?
No, not this year. I didn't have time to, but I'm planning on next year.
What kind of art do you like to do?
I kind of like doing nature art.
Nice. So do you like going out and drawing places, or do you just like imagining places?
Well, sometimes I do both, but most of the time I'm busy, so I usually imagine and make it look different.
So do you live in Pembroke?
Yes.
So what do you like so much about Pembroke as a town?
Pembroke, it's really, really beautiful, and everyone, and all the neighbors and everything are so super nice.
So if someone was thinking about coming down to the arts festival, what would you say to convince them to actually do it?
I'd probably say you should come down because there's so many different things you can see and do there. There's face painting, there's music, there's also a tent filled with beautiful artwork.
My position, I guess I was left a legacy that I have to continue, I guess that's what you call it.
So do you live in Pembroke?
Yes, I did, yep.
So what do you like so much about the town?
Just the people mostly and how inclusive it is.
What brings you to the art festival today?
What brought me to the art festival is just tradition. I remember, coming here as a child. The arts, the bands, the car show, the artistry that's out there where you could buy, and just seeing everybody that you grew up with, that type of thing.
You ever done art yourself?
A little bit, not much. Pictures.
Why wouldn't you do more?
I know, exactly. Yeah, I'll just add it to my list of things to do. Why don't I do more? Yeah.
So what would you say if someone was thinking of coming to the art festival but they didn't quite know yet? How would you convince them to come down?
If you're a part of Pembroke or anywhere near Pembroke, this is the way to meet new people, especially in the art industry. Checking out a lot of the child exhibits, and it's just amazing. And the music is unbelievable. The dance contest they have, and then we have the Battle of the Bands later on tonight, and it's great.
What is something in Pembroke that you don't think people know enough about or doesn't get enough?
What's something in Pembroke they don't know about? This center of town, just how it's been updated, the buildings, the walkability of it. It brings everything central to right here. It's just amazing. I mean, growing up as a kid, this is where you came. You have the center school, the rec center, First Church, Herring Run. Yeah, it's all right. Backdrop is always good. Pembroke Chamber.
Yes, talk about Pembroke Chamber.
So you want me to talk about the Pembroke Chamber? Well, as you can see, I'm wearing my Pembroke Chamber shirt. I'm actually right now I'm the chair of the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce, and I do a lot of work with the Pembroke Chamber and local businesses. We're trying to revitalize it. We have 85 businesses that are involved. We do a lot with you at PACTV, and we're just trying to revitalize. And this is a perfect area and opportunity right here, and this type of event, nonprofit, to get involved in.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to say?
Thanks to PACTV for this pop-up. This is perfect. Thank you.
First and last name?
My name is Susan White, and I am a resident of Pembroke, and also my husband and I run a business in Pembroke. It's Susan White and Mark O'Connell Photography, and I have been coming to this festival since the late 70s, I hate to admit. I was a mere child then. And it's always been a great festival, and I wish more people would come and see the music. I think that we need a little more PR to get more people in, but it's always been a wonderful festival. There's always a lot of talented artists here in Pembroke. I moved away from Pembroke for about 7 years, And I decided I just didn't like the other town, so we came back to Pembroke, and I'm glad I did because the people are so friendly, and it just has a real hometown kind of Norman Rockwell atmosphere, and I just really love the town.
What got you into photography?
When I was about 16, my best friend's older sister was getting married, and the photographer just fascinated me. I kind of watched him and shadowed him during the whole wedding. So I went up to him and I asked if he could teach me how to be a photographer. So I apprenticed with him. So I've been doing this since I was 16.
So why do you think the Pembroke Arts Festival is so important to the town?
Well, I think arts are always important to really any town, and it gives people a chance to show what they can do artistically, but also it has local kids up there dancing and local musicians and the battle of the bands, and it brings the town together.
Do you think the Arts Festival has done a really good job at incorporating youth into the art?
Yes, and I also like the fact that this past year, since last year, we started doing Battle of the Bands, which was kind of under 16 age, and that got the younger people coming in to see the band. But unfortunately, last year, the first year we did it, it poured. Torrential rain. So instead of them being out here in the open stage, we had to go inside. So that was a little, but this year is much better. So
How would you like to see the Arts Festival grow going forward?
I'd like to see more people know about it.
Until she grabs that.
I can do a Marilyn Monroe. You want me to do a Marilyn Monroe? I got the skirt going. Okay, no.
So how would you like to see the Arts Festival grow?
Come on, Susan, bring it.
I don't wing it. Now I try to. I'd like to see more people be aware of the festival. Maybe, as I said, a little more PR so that we get a bigger turnout. More volunteers. It's always good to have. It's an all-volunteer festival, so sometimes it's hard to get enough people to do the job. So what happens is one person ends up doing 3 or 4 jobs. So I myself am in charge of the Facebook, social media, plus I'm the official photographer of the festival. And then I also help at the opening gala. So I do 3 jobs. My husband's the treasurer, and he's also the website guy, so he does 2 jobs. So it's good if you spread it out a little bit and have more volunteers do more jobs.
Give me a really quick 15-second plug to anybody who's looking to volunteer.
It's a great group of people. It is a fun thing to volunteer at. It's social, and you make friends.
Well, a small scion, black scion coupe brought me here, but no, I've been a member. I have been a member of the Pembroke Art Festival committee for years now, and I used to teach in Pembroke. I taught in Pembroke for 35 years. It just seems like a natural extension to what I was doing all the time, and I taught art. And people say, oh, you must have been a woodshop teacher with all your beautiful birdhouses. I said, no, I was an art teacher. But and I've been making them for probably about 15 years now, and I've made over 1,400 of them. So I've made a lot of bird mansions.
I was going to ask you to do a car commercial after that first plug. So talk to me about bird mansions.
Well, I take apart, I got the original idea by taking apart old furniture and using some of the components in the furniture to make these bird mansions. My wife coined that term with the first one she saw. She said, that's not a birdhouse, that's a bird mansion. And some people at church said, oh, could you make me one? Can make me one? So I said, well, maybe there's something to this. And I said, it is. I just finished my 1,442nd bird mansion. So I've made a lot of birds happy from one coast to the other.
So do you live in Pembroke?
No, I live in Kingston, the big city of Kingston, Mass.
So what drew you to the Arts Festival?
Pardon me?
What drew you to the Pembroke Arts
Well, having taught here for so long, I used to submit some of my kids' work, my students' work, to the Art Festival. And I had known a lot of the volunteers here for years, so I started to do the volunteer work with them. And being a craftsman by nature, it just seemed like an extension of just be able to do this myself too.
So when did you teach up until?
I retired in 2008, And after 35 years, elementary art. And this is sort of like my hobby that's got out of control.
So what do you think are the benefits of starting to teach kids art at such an early age?
Well, they'll appreciate a sense of beauty, a sense of wonder, a sense of curiosity. They'll develop an aesthetic that's so important this day and age, and of everything mass-produced and commercially made somewhere, that if you can create your own art, you've created a piece that will outlast you. You know, it's something permanent. You know, art doesn't have to be permanent, but I think that the process awakens certain brain cells that otherwise didn't get awakened.
So how many years have you been coming to the Arts Festival? How many years have you been coming to the Arts Festival?
Oh, easily a dozen. Yeah.
So if you were to tell, if you were to go to a local artist and say why they should go to the Arts Festival?
Because it's a great local venue. The community really supports the arts here, and having taught for that many years here, parents love seeing the kids work. They love the arts, and they support it. They get behind it.
I am here with my artistic partner, Carol La Liberté, and we do a table called Lali Dola Fairyland. Her last name is La Liberté, and I'm Dolan, so it's a combination, Lali Dola Fairyland. We make fairy houses and fairy accessories and things of that nature.
So what got you into fairy accessories?
Well, she has 2 granddaughters, I have 2 granddaughters, and we both, on our own, started doing things, making fairy houses with our grandgirls, and we got a little too serious, so we told them we couldn't play with them anymore because they weren't doing them quite the way that we thought they should be. So that is how we became what we are.
So are they artistic as well?
Yes, they are, and in the arts of all kinds. Yes.
So what do you like so much about seeing kids get so involved with art at a young age?
I am a former music teacher, elementary music teacher for 34 years in Plymouth, and so anything to do with the arts makes you feel good about yourself, which in this day and age, we all need to feel good about something that we bring joy to ourselves and to other people.
So do you live in Pembroke?
I do not. At this time, I live in Hull.
So do you come to Pembroke?
I do. I private teach. I have students in Plymouth still.
So what's so attractive about the town of Pembroke?
In Pembroke, I grew up around here for many, many years. I've known Jack for many, many years. He's what drew me here. The fact that they show these art things for students and families is phenomenal. The fact that they have music and dancing going on. This is what art is all about. And people can sit around and enjoy it and be outside. And it's an old country feel. It's a beautiful feeling. It's not huge and overpowering. You don't have to pay for parking. You can walk to wherever you have to be. It's a beautiful thing.
So if you were to give a 20-second plug as to why someone, if they're interested in the Arts Festival, should come and do it.
As an artist,
Yes, as an artist.
it is beautifully managed. The people are very, very kind. They're very supportive. And we have found that it's just a beautiful fair to be at because it's not we don't have to be crazed to go get there. It's a no-brainer for us.
And so if you were to say the same thing to someone who's not an artist but wants to just come down, why would you say that?
Because of the beautiful art, the music, the old country flair about it. You just don't get that wherever you go anywhere. And it's just a beautiful, feel-good festival. Yes, you do. It does. It does. Yes. Exactly. Everybody, and then you're going to see it again tomorrow. This goes for 2 days. It's the exact same thing tomorrow. So.
Well, it's really rewarding to support the arts here on the South Shore and Pembroke as well. We have visual art, we have performing art, dancing, music. So it's not just art that gets entered in the show and is juried and the prizes. We have a lot of other things going on here at the same time. But there's also a lot to do. So if you're interested in supporting the arts, we could definitely use volunteers. even just the weekend of the festival to get set up and take things down, but also organizing this, the festival. PR is really what we need. We need people to know that we're here putting this on. We need people to come out and view the art once it's here. So, you know, if you're interested in volunteering, the website, PembrokeArtsFestival.com, there's lots of different ways that you can contribute to the festival.
So how many years have you been volunteering?
This is my 3rd year.
And so how have you seen since the first year you involved to this year, how has the festival changed?
Well, it's definitely become a little bit more modern. We have more of an online presence, which we're using to try and draw new people to participate and come to the festival. We've changed the evening entertainment from something that's more passive, a concert, to something that's more involved with, it's a battle of the bands. So we have bands that are, you know, newer, up and coming, trying to gain notoriety. They bring their families and get them involved that way. And we have a panel of judges, so we involve community members that are musicians that are participating that way too. So that's very different, and it brings more engagement around the board.
So how would you like to see, is there any ways that you would like to see the Arts Festival grow?
Well, you know, I'd like for us to get more people here. You know, we have a lot of repeat attendees, but we'd like to reach more people and get them out here, because it's really fun what we do here, and you know, it takes a lot of work to put on, and so we need some PR help, and we'll get more people out here, and the day is young, but it's a beautiful day and we're having fun.
So why do you think Pembroke is such a great town?
Pembroke is a great town because there's a lot of diversity in the art scene here. We have a lot of people who make art out of wood, visual art. There's a bunch of dance academies and musicians too. I think most of the musical artists that we have participating this year are from Pembroke. So there's a lot of different things going on the art scene, and the Pembroke Arts Festival is great because we compile that all into one weekend and have a little bit of everything.
Very good. Hi, my name is Donna Frano, and I am the co-chair of the Pembroke Arts Festival. My real function is to chair the scholarship committee. The Pembroke Arts Festival has really always had a scholarship component to it, and for many, many years we gave just a visual arts scholarship, but a couple of years ago we sort of segued to include performing arts. So it's been very successful. We have, in the past couple of years, given out 2 $1,000 scholarships to some really, really awesome Pembroke students, and we're so proud of them. And they've come back year after year to either visit with us or to perform. Tomorrow we'll have this year's winner, Sydney Alfano, who is a trumpeter, will perform. And this year's Visual Arts Scholarship winner, Lara Federspiel, has work that's in the Arts Festival itself that has won. Last year's Visual Arts Scholarship winner, Grace Monty, is now on the committee. So the scholarship really is, to me, one of the best and most important parts of the Pembroke Arts Festival.
So what's the one thing that you think how the Arts Festival could grow in the
Oh, you know, what can we do better? You know, I think that we need to do better with social media. I think it's just, you know, we need to get the message out there. The Pembroke Arts Festival Committee is primarily composed of baby boomers, not millennials. We need more millennials. None of us understand Instagram or Snapchat. We need that. So if you are a millennial or whatever is coming before millennials now, and you'd like to help us, we'd love to have your help, because I think that's sort of the gap that we are experiencing.
How do you think Pembroke? Do you live in Pembroke?
I do.
How do you think Pembroke has done a good job at reaching kids with arts?
My kids are 28 and 29, and I'm not an artist. I'm just a lover of art. So I'm always sort of an outlier, because everybody else in the committee are like fabulous artists. So, I do think it comes down to education within the schools. And I know they, unfortunately, regardless of the town, the arts tend to be the first thing cut when things get a little tight. I think Pembroke's done a good job, but I do think that art begins in the home, if you will. So I'd love to see, I'm also active over at the Pembroke Library. I'm a joiner by nature. And so I think, we could do more there at the library. We could do more in the schools. We could do more with the community center, the PTOs, all of it.
So you're a volunteer.
Deep down.
Looking to volunteer. What would you say to them to get them to come here?
It's not difficult. And you don't have to be an artist. So if you just love art, and maybe you don't even understand half of what you're looking at, like me, but you just love being with people and you want to do something, and you want to be with people, they're a really, really great, fun group of volunteers. And everybody gets along super well. It's not like some sort of stereotypical catty artistic colony or something. It's really just a really great group of people trying to put on a really fun 48 hours for the town of Pembroke.